Okay, well, let me get a medium. Sold out. Let me get a large. Sold out. Let me get an extra large. Sold out. Hey, 2XL. Sold out.
Imagine stepping into a new city, sporting a fresh jersey, and within hours that jersey is completely sold out, before you've even played a single minute. Sounds impossible, right? But for Sophie Cunningham, it's very real. And it's not just a merchandise meltdown, it's a massive statement about one fan base that refuses to be underestimated. Sophie Cunningham's move to the Indiana Fever was never going to be quiet. From the moment she walked into her press conference, she made it crystal clear. She's sassy, she's fierce, and she's not afraid to let the world know it. Fever fans, longing for someone to spark new life into their team, latched onto her energy immediately. They'd heard the hype before, but Sophie was different. But here's where things got truly wild. As soon as her introduction ended, a buzz swept through social media. People weren't just talking about her fiery personality, they were clamoring to buy her brand new Indiana Fever jersey. Within hours, retail websites started hitting sold-out signs faster than anyone could refresh their screens. The reaction wasn't just big, it was off the charts. But that was only the beginning. Right after Sophie's press conference, fans flocked to official team stores and online shops, only to find one glaring message: sold out. You'd expect that for a generational superstar, maybe a reigning MVP like A'ja Wilson, but a role player who just arrived? Absolutely unheard of. Yet there it was, with size after size unavailable. Medium, gone. Large, gone. Extra large. Don't even ask. People started posting screenshots of their shopping carts, complaining they couldn't even buy a single Cunningham jersey. Mind you, she hadn't even shot her first official basket for the Fever. That level of demand usually belongs to household names. So why the frenzy? Fever fans say it's simple. They love her swagger and want to show it. But the real shock came next. Somewhere in Las Vegas, you can imagine A'ja Wilson scrolling through her feed, noticing all these sold-out Sophie Cunningham jerseys and thinking, wait, how? A'ja might be the reigning MVP, but right now she's watching a newly acquired Fever player snatch the merchandise spotlight. Fans of A'ja Wilson are used to seeing their star at the top of jersey sales charts. Yet ironically, her merch is still in stock. Plenty of it. Meanwhile, a lesser-known player's gear can't stay on the shelves for longer than a few hours. It's like a sudden shift in women's basketball fandom, and it's not sitting well with everyone. Some call it a fluke, others call it a revolution. But if you think that's the end of the drama, think again. For years, critics took shots at Indiana Fever fans, claiming they only cared about rising megastar Caitlin Clark. They said that if it wasn't Clark, Indiana wouldn't bother. The typical narrative went something like, nobody goes to Fever games, nobody buys Fever merchandise, and definitely nobody invests in role players. Well, consider that narrative shattered. Fever fans aren't just invested, they're going to war for their team. They're scooping up jerseys the second they drop, selling out entire racks before staff even realize the frenzy. It's one thing to fill seats at the arena, it's another to break merchandise sales records overnight. You can almost hear the rest of the WNBA scrambling to keep up. Players who once questioned if Indiana was a viable market are now double-checking contract options, wondering, could that be me next? But this wave of hype was about to crash into an even bigger issue. The Fever's merchandise team probably thought they had plenty of stock for a new signing. They were wrong. Suddenly, they're fielding phone calls from desperate fans, dealing with endless, out-of-stock updates, and watching the potential profits slip through their fingers. It's not just Sophie Cunningham's gear either. Hats, shirts, and even practice jerseys are dwindling in supply. And don't get anyone started on Caitlin Clark's long-rumored shoe deal. Fever loyalists are begging for details, refreshing brand pages, hoping for the slightest hint of a release date. So far, nothing. Nike seems asleep at the wheel, ignoring what could be the biggest WNBA merch event in history. Imagine a scenario where thousands of people are waving their wallets saying, "Take my money," yet the shelves remain empty. That's a business owner's nightmare. Some fans are so frustrated, they're openly questioning if Nike even wants their cash. If the shoe giant can't handle Cunningham's sudden sellout, how will they handle the inevitable Clark frenzy? But hold on, there's a deeper shift happening underneath the merch mania. Indiana supporters don't just hype their squad on Twitter, they show up in person, they buy game tickets, and they wipe out any piece of merch that hits the shelves. Some WNBA teams struggle to draw a crowd. Indiana is building a fortress of loyal fans who make sure their favorites feel like superstars, no matter their resume. This shift is making Indiana a hot destination. Free agents who once overlooked the Fever are starting to reconsider. Would you rather play in front of half-empty stands where nobody even notices your jersey? Or come to a city where role players get royal treatment? It's not a fluke or a one-off situation. From rumored free agent moves to possible incoming rookies, everyone is whispering about the Fever's unstoppable momentum. The fans have proven they aren't a one-player wonder. They'll throw the same energy behind anyone who steps on the court ready to compete, Sophie Cunningham included. But there's still one piece of this puzzle left to reveal. If a mid-level player's jersey can sell out in a day, imagine the tidal wave awaiting true marquee names in the future. The entire WNBA is taking notice. We're witnessing the early signs of what could be an unprecedented surge in women's basketball merch, and the Indiana Fever are at the epicenter. Some fans are already calling for the league to revamp its merchandising strategy. They want more sizes, more designs, and they want them quickly. Production delays are simply fueling a massive black market resale scene where a Cunningham jersey might start fetching absurd prices online. Meanwhile, A'ja Wilson supporters are grumbling that their star isn't getting the same hype. They're not wrong to feel protective, but it's clear something special is happening in Indiana. It's like the dawn of a new era, where underdog players transform into instant fan favorites through sheer passion and local pride. But will the league keep up, or let this opportunity slip away? This isn't just Sophie Cunningham mania. It's a seismic shift in how fans support women's basketball. The Fever's base is setting a new standard, proving that if you show them authenticity and heart, they'll respond with open arms and open wallets. Now the big question, will Nike, the WNBA, and the rest of the league capitalize on this demand? Or will they sleep on a golden opportunity, leaving frustrated fans to wonder when someone will finally get it right? For now, one thing's certain, Indiana Fever fans aren't done. They're determined to show the world their unwavering loyalty runs deeper than any box score or highlight reel. And if Sophie Cunningham's overnight jersey sellout is any indicator, you can bet we're only at the start of this thrilling ride. What do you think about all this? Did the Indiana faithful just pull off one of the most shocking merch debuts in WNBA history? Or is there more to the story? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this inside look at the Fever's fan phenomenon, be sure to like, subscribe, and tap that notification bell. Because with Indiana rewriting the script on fandom, you won't want to miss what happens next.